Oh, I'm invisible. That's not good. There we go. Whoa. Freaky. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Thank you all so much for stopping in. Oh boy, I didn't really think of an intro for this one, but yeah, basically, new Mega Man game was announced during the Game Awards. Like, there was a lot of other really cool shit, and I think it's really funny that they really overhyped that one. Like, they're like, this is a new installment in a great series, blah blah blah, and it's like everyone's been waiting for this, and they cut to the vault as it's slowly being opened, and it's really dramatic, and the Game Awards orchestra goes fucking sicko mode, and then it the vault opens, and it's just fucking Mega Man 12. And I, as a fan of this series, will tell you it is not the biggest deal in the world, but I find it deeply funny that they overhyped it. Especially because it just looks like Mega Man 11, but it's gonna take 3 years to come out for some reason. Not to mention Keiji Inafune is not the biggest guy in the world when it comes to actually releasing the games that Capcom forces him to make. Hope I sound okay, Aaron. Sorry, Aaron joined right when I was getting onto my cat. My cat Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, accidentally knocked my microphone unplugged. So hopefully I still sound fine. I should. But yeah. So that's what happened at the Game Awards, and that got me thinking about Mega Man. And I'm like, hey, I guess I'll ride the hype train for the few people who care about this franchise, and I'll go ahead and stream the first couple games. I have played all of the Mega Man games up until the Zero series, and I stopped after the first game because the gameplay formula changed too much, and I just couldn't bring myself to finish it, basically. But yeah, I love the series to death. I've played, as I said, I've played all of them. I don't know what I'm rambling about. The classic games are my favorite. I bought the Legacy Collection at launch for the 3DS of all things, and that's how I originally experienced the first the NES. What do you even call that? A six tupagy? the 6 original NES games. My personal favorite is no KH4 at the Game Awards. People have too much copium when it comes to that thing. People were like, oh, new, Half-Life 3, this is the year, blah, blah, blah. Kingdom Hearts, this is the year. Ace Attorney, every fandom comes together to be this is the year that insert thing happens, and it doesn't. It's here's your 10th gacha shooter, enjoy. So yeah, I did not have the greatest hypes in the world. Also, not to get on the biggest train about it, but gee whiz, I love Larian Studio to death. Love Baldur's Gate 3, love Divinity. But woo, they went really hard with that trailer. I'm shocked, honestly. I'm surprised. And yeah, there was that one Game Awards where they showed up with the Asterian Halcyon bear sex scene. But I don't know, this one hit different. You get a man burning alive. There's a whole orgy going on. It's crazy. Hydrate, stupid. Okay, I will. Anyway, I'll stop yapping about the Game Awards here in a minute, but wowza. Hello, wives. Wives plural. Oh no, the wife's plural. Anyway. What was I on about? But yeah, of all the reveals, obviously more Resident Evil 9 stuff, and then new Divinity, new Mega Man. Those are the only things that stuck out in my head as interesting reveals. Not to say the rest weren't good, but those are just what stuck in my head. So I'm Mega Man, woo, Mega Man! It doesn't matter if the game sucks, it's going to be another Mega Man game, and I can't really be mad about that, because it's exactly what I anticipate. I'm gonna double check my mic settings just to absolutely make sure it's not displaying through my laptop mic, because that thing is shit. That happened one time when I was streaming Minecraft with a bunch of people as a one-off, and the audio quality was so bad I didn't even have the heart to upload it to the channel as a VOD. You can still see I made 2 shorts out of it, but woof. Wish I could see your wife. Instead I'm trapped in ad hell. Sorry, I read that in Pan's voice for some reason. That's good to hear. Alright, but we'll get into it. I chose the initial games to play because they're only 30 minutes apiece. My favorite in this series is 7, but I feel that would probably take a whole stream to get through as much as I love it. When instead I could just breeze through the NES games. So there's this way that I could do it, I was thinking. Or I could... I'll show when we're in the game, but I have like 2 different layouts that I could use for this. Because I did make a 4x6 layout for Racketeer. So I do have that available to me. Our neighbor's doing karaoke and our child laughed at him. That reminds me. Is it our same neighbor? Does he sound the same? We had a neighbor one time. We could hear him through our bedroom doors. We live in an apartment complex, or our wall rather. And I'm not kidding. It was the night that like Rocket Man came out, I think. And like the movie, the Elton John adaptation, and this guy full belt screaming at the top of his lungs for like, I'm not exaggerating, like 3 hours while I'm trying to sleep until like 3 in the morning, just like running around his house like, I'm still standing in the dark middle game. It's back to the Bible. It's back middle game. Like just screaming at the top of his lungs that song. Drove me insane. Real thing that happened. I was losing my mind. I thought I was in like a torture nexus. He wasn't even like a bad singer. It's just like the kind of singing where you're singing along to a song that's already playing, so you're kind of harmonizing with the singer instead of like using your own projection. So it just sounds like shit. That's why if you're like recording yourself in the car like singing along to a song, you are going to sound like shit versus like when you're like doing the like that's in my opinion why you like sound so good in the shower when you're doing like menial tasks. It's because you're focusing on your own voice and not trying to mimic someone else who is actively singing next to you. It's weird. Anyway, so that's what that guy was on. I don't know if he moved. I know one time he accidentally got a package delivered to our house, and it was like a manga or something, and I opened it because I was also expecting a manga, funnily enough. It was one of my like Dragon Ball issues I was waiting for. So I opened it, and it wasn't anything embarrassing, but you know, I wrapped it back up. Like before I could go over to the guy's house, he came over to mine and was like, "Hey, I'm looking for my package." I'm like, "Oh yeah, here you go, blah blah blah." And he's like extending his hands like, "Hi, I'm your neighbor, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, nice to meet you, blah blah blah." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a transfer student from this one country." I was like, "Neat. Okay, bye." Like I didn't know what to do. Like he said it like it was like a really big thing. Like I'm sure it is, but like I didn't know how to respond in all honesty. So I was like, "Cool, here's your thing. Bye. I'm sorry." I felt really bad. I don't know if it's the same guy. We get new neighbors all the time because we're in like a college town, so like people move in and out all the time. But anyway, before I get onto more silly tangents about my neighbors, I should probably boot into a Megaman game. You, hi, slams door. I didn't mean to steal your shit. Here's your thing, slams the door. I do love this, though. You can go to, like, the museum, and you can see, like, the original concept art. I adore Inafune's art style. I own the art book for all of the classic games. It's one of my favorite, like, books that I own. There's even little, like, tells about, like, all the characters, so on. Like, here's Megaman. Rock was originally a robot created for household chores, but he was modified for combat and became Megaman when it came time to put a stop to Dr. Wily's ambitions. That's true. That's the lore, and that's all we have, really. We don't really get to see, like, an origin story for Megaman. I guess we get, like, a little bit of it in, like, the intro cinematic of, like, 4. But as far as this first game, this was made forever ago. I don't remember the year, but, like, yeah, there it is. 87, same year as Zelda 1. So we don't even get an intro. It's like, all right, boot up game, here you go. I think in the NES release, like, the manual said something about, like, you're fighting, like, monsters. Like, these aren't robots. These are, like, monsters. It was, like, ridiculous. Not to mention the atrociously ugly, like, box art that we got in America. I feel like it would have been so cool to live in Europe if you're, like, only experiencing these games and nothing else, because Europe got some sick-ass box art for Mega Man. Alright, we're starting with Cutman. Here he is. This is back when people gaffed about points. I don't really care. Here we are, Cutman! Woo! And look, we can shoot lemons. We can shoot a lot of lemons. It's great. So I have this layout that I could use, or my old 4x6 one, which looks like this. So whichever one you guys prefer, I can run with. But for now, I'll probably just use this one. 87, like the bite? Don't act like you know about the fucking FNAF timeline, Aaron. I had to lecture you so hard on that before I ran the FNAF 2 stream to, like, remind myself and get myself up to speed. Let's see. Tell the audience about Mega Man Dial R. Okay, that's a fan project that me and my husband Pan were working on for a while. God, you take a lot of damage in this game. Calm the hell down. Anyway, it was a fan project where we were making our own Mega Man game, basically, using Mega Man Maker. But we made, like, supplementary material to, like, go alongside it. I am using rewinds. This game kind of blows. Like, I love this game. I respect people who have beaten it without rewind, but this one, I feel like there's no excuse not to use the rewind. Yeah, Dr. Dialer, which is like a combination of, you know, me and my husband's name, was like in control of the whole thing. And I think the gimmick was he was like Dr. Wily's landlord or something, and he was sending like robot masters after Wily, or after Mega Man, after like a failed Wily plot, and he's like, I'm gonna show you how it's fucking done. That way, like, you know, you don't have to, you know, do all this shit, and like just learn from the master, all right? And in that game, you play as Roll, so it's a play, you know, dialer, so dial R, and you play as Roll, so it's, you know, R for roll, like dial R for roll, that sort of thing. This is difficult. It's kind of harder than I thought. Ah, you don't have the slide in this game. How do you get... Okay, there we go. I hope you enjoy this song. It's like the second best one in Mega Man 1. Oh, I'm so glad he's out. That makes me really glad to hear, actually. I was worried. I like the slowdown that happens when you're hit. Let's see. The gay side piece to Dr. Wily, the non-binary gay side piece. Yes, this is true. Like they had a fling or something like that. Roll was the main character. I still have all of my like design notes for Dial R, and like I have the like level layouts. One day maybe I'll play it on stream or something. We did finish the game, but we were too busy working on all like the side material, like, you know, because we wanted to have like an animated intro, like, you know, Mega Man 4 and so on. And so we just kind of fell off of it because that part was taking so long. But we initially planned on gaslighting Aaron into thinking it was a real Mega Man game that just didn't release. Can you imagine? There we go. Finally. Oh, that gave us fuck all, actually. Oopa Rasky style. I'm gonna throw you at the wall. Wait a minute. This isn't Mega Man 01. No, it's not. It's Mega Man 1. You know, the first game? The first game of the franchise? I think in my rankings, because I do still have everything that I wrote, because, like, I reviewed these games forever ago. It was initially part of, like, a project where I was going to, like, rank them all, because I'd never played a single Mega Man game before. But I've owned the Legacy Collection forever. So I replayed through all of the Mega Man games, and gave, like, my detailed review and analysis of it, basically, of, like, every entry as I beat it. And I still have that document. But apparently, according to what I wrote, Mega Man 1 is my second least favorite, next to 8. So that's a rough one. 8 took the worst spot. For many, 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 many reasons. Surprisingly, 2 is not in the top 3. Gee. What a hassle. I hate these things. Glad I got my health back. I'm glad it won't matter. There we go. This is the game with the pause glitch. I'm not going to be utilizing it, but I'll showcase it for the one fight that it's good for. I accidentally found a cheese strat for that, actually. That was really good. I like that sound that was made. Can I really only go under him? I don't think I can damage him at all. Well, I heard the damage sound. Either way, we'll find a way. Woohoo! That worked! Alright, now we're at the boss door. I love glitches. Yum, yum. Please tell them the story. I never let you live that down. What, of why I didn't finish 0-1? I didn't finish 0-1 because I didn't like how the gameplay was different. It was like a complete change to what I was used to. There we go. At least I have another life for when I inevitably die to Cutman here. But we'll see. I'll try to cheese it with a rewind and so on. It was better. It was not better than Classic. It sucked. I didn't like it. The gameplay is different. Just give me traditional, like, you know, Maverick stages where I just, like, enter and it does the thing where it's like, da-da-da-da-da. And I know it kind of does that, but it's not traditional stages. Like, the bosses just kind of show up as you're, like, doing missions. It's weird. I don't like it. I'll take the L here. This is fine. We gotta beat Cutman with just the Mega Buster. This is going to be the hardest of the 3 games that we'll be playing tonight. But luckily, this game is beatable in like 30 minutes. Let's see. Saving. I played one of the games in the franchise, and it was fun. You played Mega Man X4. X4 is my favorite of the X games, aside from the sequel. Big stretch, I just got here! Alright, that's fine. Not even done with one Robot Master, and you're like, big stretch, take care of yourself. Oh, whoa, look at you. I'm kidding, you're awesome. Ah! Pop something bad style. Yeah, and you played as Zero. You technically didn't even play as, you know, the main character. But it was great because we got to see the Iris scene in full context, and I've never actually seen it. I'll put you in the bad Rasky corner. What if I want to be in the bad Rasky corner? Anyway. How do I kill this bozo? Yeah, fuck him up. This is working. He's kind of weak sauce. Wow. No effort. Everyone's like, start with Guts Man. It's like, no. Or like Bomb Man. It's like, fuck that. I'm starting here. Oh, hi, Finn. How's it hanging? Iris, what am I fighting for? That's my favorite scene. It's so funny. And then immediately after that, you have the scene where, like, Zero's talking to Rock. Like, spoilers, by the way. It's not even Rock. It's Mega Man X. And he's like, Zero, I'm worried that I might be turning, like, one day I might become Maverick. And in that case, I want you to put me down. And Zero's like, shut the fuck up, I'm ending communications right now. And he just ends communications and then credits roll, and it's really funny. He's like, I don't know what you're on about, shut up. Granted, he was having a time. Zero, I might be gay. That'd be a funny edit. I might do a fan dub of that sometime. What's the next Robot Master? Where the heck did I put my phone? There we go. Everything's epic. Don't even worry that I'm consulting a guide for this silly game from, like, 30 years ago. I accidentally looked up the letter T on accident, so I wonder what that was about. But anyway. Our next stop. Because we just did Cutman. It's like rock, paper, scissors. You gotta, like, find an order for this. Next is Elecman. That's easy. Elecman is the most broken, like, has the most broken ability in this game, as many know. Keep reading Bomb Man as Bomber Man. Actually, I think in Japan that's what he's called. Like, that's like a thing. Da-na-da-na. It's the one thing Mega Man 1 has going for it. Also, like, it's weirdly slidey. Do you see that? I press the button once and he, like, slides a little bit. This platforming is going to make me angry. Platforming in this game is my angry word. Oh good, the RPG works. I was worried that it didn't for a sec. Ah, gee. This sucks. Okay, there we go. I win. Oh wait, no I don't. Now I win. Whatever. The stupid sliding controls. I'm sorry. Not to complain about that too. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's why my right D-pad sucks, so I have to use the analog stick. There we go. That's my problem. Now we're cooking with gas. Whoa, that's a new one. What does that even say? Does that say chat? It's crazy. Oh, you're both going to EP bed? That's okay. I'm happy that you're here at all. It means a lot. We still have 2 more games to get through after this one. I can't even reach that from over here. I don't know why they put that there. Also, while there are only, let's see, 6 Robot Masters in this game, we do have to go into one of the stages a second time. That's what I don't like about this game. Like, it's fair by NES standards, I guess, but this game just fucks with you. With its level design. Like, what the heck is this? Oh boy. I will now keep you in the background. Enter the dream realm. Talk with Molina and go to work tomorrow. Time to play the game of what stream will I end up with? Yeah, maybe it'll be like last time and you wake up to, like, shrimps in, like, a tank or something. I'm gonna play some Atlas and go to bed, keeping you in my headphones, because sleeping to the voice of a pretty girl is the best. Yay! I'm so glad! That sounds swell. I'm glad that you think I'm pretty enough to listen to sleep. I can't imagine, personally. But I like your moxie. I like the cut of your jib. Gee, what do I even do here? I'm going to be hit. There we go. You have to perfectly avoid, like, 3 of those. There we go. Where were we? Disappearing, reappearing blocks? Ah, yeah. Welcome to the first instance of these. So you know how, like, in Mario Maker, you have the, like, the troll levels, quote-unquote? Basically, all of Mega Man is that. Especially, like, the classic trilogy. It's just all troll levels. It's fiendish. Let's see. Anything else? Well, you are pretty. I married you! Understandable, understandable. So many trim blush. Why are you guys freaky? What's freaky? Can I even get out of this? There we go. If there's a will, there's a way, especially with the rewind. Da-na, da-na. Illuminati! Now you're just digging these out of the woodwork. Hi, welcome in. Ah, gee, what was I expected to do there? Okay. There we go, that's fine. Let's save before we get too carried away. Hiya, welcome in. We're going through the classic Mega Man games for funsies. Since a new one was announced just day before yesterday, I think it was, at the Game Awards. So we're going to try to get through, like, 3 of them in one stream. That's kind of the plan here. There we go. That's something. Mega Man has traumatized me. Oh, how so? I wonder. God, they do not mess around with this. Come on. What am I even expected to do? Come on! This is just so goofy to me. There we go. I got it. There's so many instances of stuff like that in this game where it's like it's just there to fuck with you. I know I keep saying that, but it cracks me up just how evil the design of this game is. The entirety of Mega Man 1 is just a big troll level. Like from Mario Maker. See? You see that thing over there? This is why there are technically 6 or 7 stages we have to go through. Because once we're done with the whole game, we're gonna have to go back through here in order to grab that, in order to beat the game. It's a nightmare. Mega Man has traumatized me simply by existing. That's understandable. He's the Blue Bomber. That name alone sounds, like, scary. Alright. Gotta find a way past this one with my 1 tick of health. Off to a great start. Alright. What do here? I guess I could try shooting it from the ground? Well, that just holds it still. And then the one, like, pixel kills me? That's hilarious. This game's so funny. I'm not even mad. I will get up there. If even a pixel of this guy touches that thing, I'm dead. There we go. I should have a death counter. I really should have prepared one before this game, especially. Alright, there we go. Now, where were we? Climbing. Da, 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 da. I unfortunately do have to go, but I will bid you goodbye, Smash. Yay! That's completely okay. I have a funny surprise for you next time you're around. But I won't hold you up at all. Let's see. It's a silly thing we made, not like especially for you, but you did inadvertently help in its creation. What surprise? Okay. I guess now's the time I show it off. All right. So we did a thing. That sounds so cringe. We did a thing. So me and Pan together, you guys collaboratively after stream, Nick Brandisher's Pistols commissioned my husband to create a Trim the Rasky official silly like pinup thing in like a bunny suit for funsies. Hopefully this doesn't get me obliterated by Twitch TOS. But yeah, I got that puppy right here. This is the final product. This is how that came out. Woo! And then everybody claps and everybody goes crazy. Whoa! Whoa, she's so pretty! Whoa, look at all that! Wow, that's crazy that this happened! Wow! So yeah, this is what we were working on between last stream and this one. At some point I'll make this like a channel point thing where like, you know, it'll like flash on screen, do like the wow, or like a flashbang sound effect or something like that. I don't know, something goofy. But that's the plan there. Anyway, wow, that's really a thing that was made. We did it, chat. We really did it. So, putting the smut away. Back to Megaman! I watched the viewer count drop to like 0. Twitch just snipes this thing out of the fucking air. Or even worse, when like the VOD goes out, they make that the thumbnail. Just happen chance. You've made it. Yes, I did joke that if someone ever made Rule 34 art of me, then technically I've made it in the industry, so on and so forth. This doesn't count, though. Oh boy. That's a nightmare. How do I get past that? I want to destroy that thing. Yay! You were inadvertently responsible for that image's creation. Alright. Let's go forward. What now? These electricity beams? It's just goofy. I will remind that the entire point of the Robot Masters is that Dr. Light invented them to fulfill like specific tasks, like this is the boss room. Like Alekman's going to, you know, help in, you know, electricity things, and Gutsman's going to help in deforestation efforts and things like that. And then Dr. Wily takes them and makes them evil. But this is a guy who can just shoot electricity from his fingertips. And Dr. Light's like, yes, you know, for peace. It's goofy. This just continues throughout like the whole series. We get to we get to the point where like, oh, I made a robot master that shoots black holes in order to study how black holes are made. You know, for peace. And then Dr. Wily takes it and makes it evil. You keep saying smash, and that fostered a beautiful environment where everyone wants to smash Trim, and thus I must oblige with the art. That is true, but also I could pull up the VOD that you and Pistols just straight up like work together, and we're like, what if we have like Trim in a bunny suit, and they like flash all the animatronics or something like that. And then afterward, Nick was like, hey, can I actually commission that? How did it end up this way? You should be proud, in all honesty. This spawned from your brainhead from a certain point of view. Yeah, so once we have the Robot Master's weapon, we can use that rock, paper, scissors style on the next one, and then make our way around and just easily take them all down until we're at the final boss. That's basically how this game franchise works. That's the formula. So, in a way, the first, you know, stage you pick is the hardest one. Everything is stuck buffering. Could my internet lock in, as they say? I believe in your internet's power. I think you'll be able to get through. Let's see. What did I just get from that? I got the Elect Beam. So we're going to Iceman. Iceman! You think he's in the Mafia? You think that's his deal? You know, for peace? It's like, I made this guy, and he kills people. He puts them on ice. What the hell is this guy? Why did he decapitates himself? This really is Mafia Town. Oh, as if the ice controls weren't worse already. I pressed one button and he goes flying. Lock in, Rock. Whoa, that's a Pokemon. That was a complete accident. His Mega Man's name when he's not Mega Man is Rock. So I said lock in Rock. And said fast, it sounds like Lycanroc, like the Pokemon. That's funny, if you think about it, for longer than 5 seconds. This is supposed to be water, even though it's a flat texture. And the only reason that I can tell is my movement got slower. Like, I'm not dunking on the hardware limitations, it's just funny the way that they have to convey, you are underwater now. There we go. Also, NES limitations, but the way enemies spawn in is devilish. If you, like, run off-screen away from them, they will respawn in the exact same place. Typically, the ice stage is the easy one within this franchise, so I find it funny that this one's just a little difficult. There we go. Now what? What are we supposed to do here? Probably the reappearing blocks. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's the good shit. I like that when it's rewound, you can hear the, like, doo. There we go. You have, like, a pixel to make that. Feels so terrible for anyone who played this on original hardware. Of course, the people who have make guides for this game that are like, actually, this game's piss easy if you just study the movement patterns. Like this, like every retro game is compared to Dark Souls, but like this is platforming Dark Souls for its time before like Ghosts and Goblins came out, of course. Like I feel like that's probably like the new, you know, for the time, like that was probably the hardest platformer you could play. Still have never finished that, nor do I really have any intention to. I actually played the arcade release at a Cinemark way back when they'd like allow arcade cabinets in those things, and like yeah, they kind of do now, but it's more like, you know, what's it like, claw machines and that sort of thing. They don't have like dedicated arcade cabinets. I went to one that, or I dreamt it, but like fairly recently that had like Miss Pac-Man or something in it. I always play an arcade machine if I find one in the wild. 'Cause I just have to. My brain goes burr when I see, like, old CRTs displaying games. It's just fun to me. It's a different atmosphere. I am one of those snobs who's like, you know, CRTs are like such a... They're like an authentic way to play retro games, because that's what they were designed for. Like the pixel art and so on. It's also really quirky to me that even though I'm not on any ice, the physics are still functioning like an ice level. Because what the devs probably did is they're like, well, this level, like, that's just the case for the whole thing. If we put it on one stage element, it has to be for the entire stage. Because we don't have a workaround for that just yet. Hope it's not too complainy. I feel like there's like a guy I follow on Reels on Instagram, which is basically my TikTok, that makes fun of people for being like, hello everyone, welcome, we are trying like authentic American like Taco Bell, and then they eat it and they're like, oh, it's so sweet, it's so bad, blah blah blah. Like they're obviously American, but they're like making fun of like foreign country food reviews that just like come to America to basically say like, oh, this is so greasy, it's so big, blah blah blah. I feel like that, but for platformers sometimes, and I don't want to. I don't want to be video game snob, I guess. You got the AVGN, now you're a video game snob. It's like, oh, you can take this back. It's fucking raw. It's Megaman 1. It's fucking raw. Alright. I don't exactly know how ice is weak to electricity. But pop off. Let's see if I can show it off. So there's a notorious glitch you can do in this game. How do I do it? How do I pause? Okay, I think I found it. Let's see. Pressing buttons. Okay, there it is. So if I pause and unpause, with Megaman's ability specifically, things just die. Because the game's still registering the attack as a hit in the one frame that I'm pausing and unpausing. But it takes 2 frames or more or something like that for Megaman's ability to actually pass through an enemy. So you can just stun lock them to death. I won't be abusing it, but there's a certain fight later on before the final boss that it's very helpful for. Alright, what's up next? I imagine Fireman's. I just got Iceman's ability. That makes sense. Yes, Fireman is next. So that's our next stop. Fireman, let's go! You couldn't think of anything cooler? Dr. Light, Fireman is already an occupation that people do. This isn't... Actually, this guy's kind of the opposite, because it's like, you know, firemen stop fires. This guy is made of fire. What is his goal? Actually, I could pull that up. I forgot that's a thing that I can do. Fireman, Megaman 1. Like, what was his deal? Fireman's deal. And I'm not kidding here. His quote is, "Evil, remember my name, for I am Fireman. My flame of justice will have its revenge on you." It's like, all right, that goes just a little too hard for what you're after here. Okay, he was built by Dr. Light to work in an incinerator at a waste management facility, but was modified by Dr. Wily to help him conquer the world. He can melt and burn through almost anything and is able to wield flames that can reach up to 8,000 degrees. That's bunk. That's stupid. Yeah, I made an incineration robot, you know, for peace. So says Dr. Light. Play Peggle instead! Alright, well I guess this is a good time. I just started the next Robot Master. Taking a sip of water first. Alright, you're lucky. I say you're lucky like I'm actually mad about this. I prepared for this. I'm gonna go completely invisible for a second. I had this possibility in mind. Oh boy, it's Peggle time. Nice. Alright, it's booted up. It's here. Where is it? ADHD cam. We are Peggle Gaming. So, as usual, when this is redeemed, our goal is to get past, like, maybe a board or 2. Oh yeah, I forgot this. Racist freak. My magic powers flippers. After hitting the green peg, click anywhere to flip them. Okay. So, he flips things. What do you mean? Demonstrate. Oh! This is going to be really annoying to click. So as long as it hits the edges, I don't think I can really lose unless I'm trying. Like, there'll come a point where I have to let it go in. But this doesn't seem too hard so far. Nice. I'm not going to raise the point limit on Play Peggle, but I kind of thought it would be a lot harder to get 2,000 points. That's another JRPG I should play. That reminded me of it for some weird reason. Gato, or whatever his name is, from Chrono Trigger, the robot. where the gimmick is you beat him up for points in like the festival. Reminds me that I need to play Chrono Trigger on stream sometime. It's a time travel game. It was created by you know, the dream team of JRPG developers at the time. The plot was overseen by Hironobu Sakaguchi, who made Final Fantasy. The gameplay was done over by something Hori, the guy who made Dragon Quest. And the art was done by Akira Toriyama, the guy who made Dragon Ball. So kind of like a really big deal that was... Oh yeah, and the music was done by the guy who made Xenogears. Or not made Xenogears, but he made all the music for, you know, Xenoblade, Xenogears, that sort of thing. That was the first music project that guy worked on. So yeah, the Dream Team. It's largely considered by many to be one of the best JRPGs ever made. I liked it a lot. It also has like 15 different endings, and it's pretty short by JRPG standards. It's like 15 hours or so. How evil would it be of me to ban an action within the Peggle? Like what? What would you ban? No hitting the orange pegs. No clicking with your mouse. You're just staring at Peggle. I shudder at the thought. Can't believe I'm making Peggle lag. I didn't even think I was doing that much. Nice, now there's just one more. Woo, we did it! War is over! War is over. Peace has been restored. Fever score. People newly tuning in will probably think they're having a fever dream when they see this over the Megaman 1 gameplay. That fish is in your way. Hit him to convince him to move. I can do that. Also, this seems like animal abuse. That fish is in the way. Fucking gut him! It's deeply funny to me. This guy's not doing anything wrong, he's just staring, he's just hanging out. What do you do wrong? I'm not gonna hit him. Yes, I make you not able to aim at the orange pegs. You must win using bounces. Ooh, okay, I like that idea. That seems fun. That's evil. I like it. That's a fun limitation. Speaking of fun limitations, something I've been playing in my off time, just for funsies. I wanna stream Minecraft sometime. I'll probably do it with friends, but I had an idea a while back to... The gimmick was I stream, and every like few days or whatever in-game, I update the version of Minecraft that I'm playing. So I'd be starting at like version 1.0, and then my goal is to beat the game before I reach current, basically. And there's like scary things you guys can do to like make me like auto skip to the next update and things like that. So I was testing the idea, and it's been really fun. I forgot how old Minecraft like functions and how it was kind of, I won't say more fun. I do prefer new Minecraft because it has a lot of quality of life changes, but I don't know, it just has a vibe. And I like it a lot. Currently, in my test run, I have just about everything I need to beat the game. Except for, you know, ender pearls or whatever. I'm not, like, strip mining or doing anything crazy like that. I'm just playing the game casually. But right now, I'm on version, I think, 1.5. So, like, withers were just added to the game and so on. Which is why when I got access to the Nether, I did that noise as fast as I possibly could, so that I wouldn't have to deal with wither skeletons, because it's just easier to farm blaze rods without them around. And I got lucky. I found a stronghold, like, almost immediately. Not a stronghold, but a nether fortress. Still haven't bothered looking for a stronghold, so I'm in the process of farming ender pearls. But yeah, that's basically what's going on there. And then, because I always have like 2 games that I'm rotating. I will use this one day. You should. I'd be so into it. But yeah, I'm usually rotating like 2 games on and off. Right now, it's that and Final Fantasy Tactics, which is a Christmas present. Because I wanted it when it came out, but I couldn't justify the purchase. When it's a gift, that's another story. And I'm having a blast with it. The story is almost everything, like, ironically, that I wish Fire Emblem Fates was. Not to get into too many spoilers, but, like, the baseline plot is very similar. Never played this one, but it looks cool. Oh yeah, this is the original release of Peggle from, like, forever ago. Peggle Deluxe. It was just redeemed for me to spontaneously play this, so I'm doing that. I'll probably fail, honestly. But we'll see. And then, whether I fail or succeed in this level, we will continue our regularly scheduled Mega Man 1 playthrough that we are almost finished with. Oh, I said this one. I never played any Peggle. Peggle's fun. Peggle is one of my favorite games of this genre. I hesitate to call it a puzzle game. But, like, you know, games of this ilk, I suppose. Oh, we're boned. We are not going to succeed in this. But that's a loser's attitude. That's a free ball. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. No way. No way. All right. It's going to be a long shot. I think we're going to blow it, but we'll see. Well, damn. All right. Well, that's over. Back to Mega Man. Where were we? Last I checked, we were in Fireman stage. He was built to be an incineration robot. You know, for peace. And that's the whole thing with him. Dr. Light just makes me giggle because while he is, like, you know, a genius, a mastermind, so on and so forth, he's just really dumb in what he thinks will be beneficial for the world, and so on. Peggle is quite the definition of beauty. I could see this. I love Peggle. I'm a big fan. I'm not actually going to go for that right now. It's like Pop-Up Hair, but if PopCap, you know, the people who made all the, like, Facebook games like Candy Crush and whatnot, like, locked in, basically. Because that's all Pop-Up Hair is. It's basically just ripping off Peggle. It's the exact same game. There we go. I remember my like, everyone in my family loved Candy Crush when that junk came out. It's like all they played. You can see, like, my grandparents, they got to level like 5 billion or whatever. Because they just keep adding levels. It takes like no effort to add levels to that game. So you just kept them entertained forever. And I can't imagine that. Like, at what point do you stop? Especially when you're, like, I don't know, like, my grandma, I guess. Like, that's the only game you play, so, like, what do you do? Like, when is it over to you? There's no, like, end point. There's no, like, completion list. I don't think my grandma got the fucking platinum trophy in Candy Crush. I only learned recently, because, like, videos were coming on autoplay. It was, like, a completionist video from, like, a month ago or something like that. That, Balloon's Tower Defense has a console port with its own platinum trophy and so on. I was like, what? That's crazy. Can you imagine? Okay, this is gonna be a little tricky. Oh, wait, I bet I'm an idiot. I bet I used the Ice Beam. We'll see. Maybe they thought ahead. Maybe not. No, actually. No, we were not quite at that point where the levels were reactionary to things that I can do. So that's a revelation. Let's see. It's probably just a timing thing. Or I just bum rush it. This is stupid, though. Come on. This is goofy. Come on. I don't know how he got through that, I'll be real. But I'm happy with the results. Oh, they explode! It's just an incineration robot, and his lackeys explode for world peace! Come on. There we go. Ah, just what I needed. That's actually really good. Candy Crush is like the Simpsons of video games. The devs won't stop making more of it. Yeah, same with like, what is it? The people who made Clash of Clans. There's like 3 of those now. I remember when Clash Royale came out. That's like the thing like everyone was playing my age. And they just didn't stop. Now what do you have? I guess you have like Raid. I'm kidding. You have like Uramase or whatever, the like horse girl racing game. That one's fun. I haven't played it. I'm weird when it comes to gacha games. The game I put the most time into, weirdly, on mobile was Fire Emblem Heroes, which is just a gacha Fire Emblem game where you play like a dumbed down version of Fire Emblem with gacha like units on like a 4x6 grid or something like that. And I was a fiend for it. Iceman, yeah. But weirdly enough, so I'd play all the like side games or whatever, like mini modes, to get just to get more units in the gacha system, because I have a policy where I will just never pay for a free game. So I'm just grinding that so that I can, do more, lines of the gacha machine. So then when I locked in and was like, okay, I forgot this game has a story, I started playing the story, and the story bored me so much I stopped playing the game forever. So all gacha games are kind of like that for me, where I just play it for the gacha element, and then as soon as I have to engage in the story, my brain just turns off. Oh wow, this is just obliterating them. There we go. Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. I was like, if I spam it, maybe he'll just die before my health matters. Oh, because it turns me around. Okay, I get it. We almost got him, though. I get it. Just hunt him down. Fuck that guy. Yeah, Fireman's dead! I still don't understand how these Robot Master abilities works. Like, I don't think ice melt... Like, ice does not put out fire, but I'll take your word for it. The thing keeping me away from gacha games is gambling for character unlocks. It's one of my favorite features locked behind RNG. Yeah, no, it's a nightmare. That's why, like, I'll ride the wave for a little bit, like, a month or two, and then I'll stop. I don't really get into those games. Because, like, I like the gacha element because I just have really good luck. I feel like that's the only reason that I play them for as long as I did or do, is that I just have really good gacha pulls. So then I feel really good about doing more. It's gambling. It's literally all it is, gambling. Maybe the ice melts water, which then puts the fire out. Yeah, with the older games, you just kind of have to, like, shrug and be like, okay, I guess. I could see that. Alright, so now that we have Fireman, we go to Bomb Man. Now explain to me what Bomb Man was made for. Alright, according to Google, this is just funny to me. Bomb Man was created as a demolitions expert. Yeah, for demolition and land development, blasting away debris so that land could be cleared for construction projects, working with tandem with Gutsman, who's like a construction worker robot. That's funny. Just, I made a robot, to bomb people for peace. Not people, but like, I created a robot that drops bombs. I see nothing that can go wrong here. There's a really cute fan adaptation that me and my husband watched forever ago. Of Megaman 1, and it's like live action, and of course it's like indie, it's fan made, so the quality is not the greatest. It was also made in like 2010, But it's really enjoyable. It's cute. Proto Man's just like a guy in like sunglasses, and like none of the actors are children. They're all like in their 20s. But it's cute. It's quaint. And Rock just like fights all the Robot Masters just like in the city. But the casting for Light and Dr. Wily were really, really good. Oh, this guy's bodying me. This is kind of Boggle. This is kind of like Boggle. I bet Boggle would have some weird structures in the background like this. Like, what is this? It's like mini Death Stars held up by, like, screws. This is the first appearance of Sniper Joes. These are a very popular reoccurring enemy in this series, especially classic series. You can only attack them when their shield is not directly in the way. Finally! Yikes, that was tricky. But yeah, the Mega Man, like, art book is really cool, because it does go into all these things, and, like, not only, like, why the Robot Masters were made, but it also goes into, like, their design from, like, a game development standpoint, and, like, cute little stories about, like, the history, like, the game development. Like, they'll recount things. Like, Mega Man 1 was just, like, a fun side project that they were working on, like, between games at Capcom, and then it worked out really well for them, so then they were really pressured to make Mega Man 2 good. What's the adaptation called? Let me actually remind myself. I'll pull it up real quick. I think it's just called, like, Mega Man the Movie or something. It's really... It's good. It's an indie, like, thing. But it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Mega Man movie fan-made. What is it called, specifically? Yeah, that's the one! Mega Man, quote-unquote, fan film, all one word, by Blue Core Studios. An hour and 34 minutes. It's a free watch on YouTube from 13 years ago. 3.4 million views is actually really good. I know they later on did a adaptation of Sonic the Hedgehog, but their CG wasn't very good, so, like, you'd always see him, like, from a distance or something. But they had, of all people, they had fucking Doug Walker, the nostalgia critic, as Dr. Robotnik, like Eggman. It was deeply funny to me. I can't vouch for how good of a job he did, but he was in that film. I've seen clips. You were playing Boggle Boggle. I like the name Boggle Boggle. I'm actually a really big fan. Basically, if you just say anything twice, it becomes funnier. Like the thing, like there's a thing a while back on Reddit where it's like, you know, there's Batman and then there's Man. You just say man twice and it becomes funnier. There we go. At the top, at the tippy top. What a nightmare. There we go. Just keep repeating myself because the design of this game makes me laugh. Alright. How much you want to bet we're going to have to go back up there anyway? Okay, good. They put a Sniper Joe right at the end when I have one tick left. Mega. I'm definitely going to give the Mega Man one a watch later. Just let Mega Man die. I should just put him down. Like a dog. Just let him rest. Actually doing better against this Sniper Joe than we were against the last one. We're an hour in? No way. Sorry, I was joking about how this game's, like, it only takes like a half hour to beat it. I guess I'm just not locked in. That or I'm focusing on things that matter, you know, like streaming. But, like, still. Oh, that's cheap. Hitbox, more like shitbox. Come on. There we go. Of course, I couldn't dedicate myself to falling off the ladder. Come on, come on. Awesome. All right, boss time. Let's get him. There's Bomb Man. Okay, it's gonna be a little trickier than I thought, but not too bad. Okay, there we go. What? Okay, there we go. The last tick. You lost time to Peggle. I did, but, like, I don't know if I played Peggle for, like, 20 minutes or anything. That's funny. So if all these robots had a purpose, what was Springman made for? What's funny is, like, I should know this, because Mega Man 7 is my favorite. If I recall correctly, like, I think Clown Man was just made to, like, entertain children at, like, a fair or something. Maybe he was similar. I'm curious myself. So, allegedly, Springman was made. There's also a really good video that I recommend by Brian David Gilbert from, like, the Unraveled series from forever ago. Still adore every single one of those episodes. Where he goes through... I forget what the gimmick is, but he's going through every single Robot Master in the series by, like, you know, like, was this necessary? And he puts them in, like, separate categories. That's how I know a lot of these things. Wow, his phrase is, "That's the way the ball bounces." What a guy. What a hero, that Springman. Oh wow, he's actually made by Dr. Wily, apparently. So, he didn't have a purpose. But his body is composed of 2,000 springs, making him very light and able to perform very high jumps. However, this gives him trouble when trying to move around, especially up and down stairs. This poor bastard, he goes to, like, walk up a flight of stairs, and he gets a little top-heavy and falls down every flight. That's just what I envision. Poor fella. That's funny. Gutsman! Alright, this is our final Robot Master stage. It's okay, when we get to Mega Man 2, I can breeze through that noise. That's probably my most replayed Classic Series game. At least in the NES ones. Second most in the NES, like, quadrilogy or whatever. Six-tupogy? Whatever, is, probably 4. I think 4 is my favorite after this one. And then, as for overall favorite, as I said, 7. That was bad. And then as for, like, the whole series, probably 7 still is my favorite. I can't really take that one back. That game is... That's, like, the perfect Mega Man game to me for a lot of reasons. And then... probably Mega Man X. And then back to, like, Classic Series or whatever. X4 is, like, somewhere in there. I'm just taking the invincibility frames. There we go. Took a lot of damage. We made it through. That was fine. I say I fall into a pit straight to my death. Hey, these are just ripped from the Cutman stage. I know what you are. There we go. Evil level design. They just put spikes just around. Are we already at the end? No way. They normally... Oh, wow. Surprising. They normally save those for the end of the level. That's how I knew. Oh yeah, these guys are like P-hats or whatever they're called. Metal, I think? They're Metal. Another iconic enemy from this franchise. Alright, let's get prepared here. We're gonna use the bomb. Let's see. You lost time to Peggle. Yes. Bomb versus Boggle. I hated having to read that. My brain could not comprehend it. He probably falls like a slinky. Exactly, just like rolls over and over. Each step more agonizing than the last. Alright. Bomb Man! My man! There he is. Perish. Of course I have to wait for it to go off. There we go. Still got him. One more and should... Oh, there we go. That's kind of not fair. He gets to throw them twice. I didn't even get a reaction there. Not that I can avoid him at this rate. I'll probably just take the L, but we'll see. Yeah. Because luckily, following this, we don't have to deal with any... Well, I lied. I'd say after this, we don't have to deal with any Robot Masters. I kind of forgot the gimmick with this franchise. Before the final boss, you always have to do a boss rush. So we will actually have to deal with these guys again. Imagine if the next Mega Man game gets released, but Capcom ran out of ideas, so the Robot Masters are like Basket Man or Puzzle Man. It's kind of like Pokemon, or you get like the keys or whatever. Like it's just a Pokemon with eyes. It's just a, you know, the key ring with eyes. I feel like Puzzle Man is something they would actually do, but instead of like actually having you solve puzzles or whatever, it's just like the geometry of the level is puzzles. And it's like, you know, Sheep Man stage from 9 or whatever. Or 10, I think. Where it's just reactionary. I could see something like that, no question. The Robot Master Design Contest for 12, or, you know, Dual Destinies or whatever it's called, because it's not a numbered entry for some reason. They're calling it something different. Because it's just following the same gameplay philosophy of 11. Is, So they have the Robot Master Design Contest. For those who don't know, for every Mega Man game after this one, most of the Robot Masters were designed by fans. They'd make like a contest in Nintendo Power where you'd like, you know, ship over your like designs for Robot Masters, and then they'd take them into consideration, and then like, you know, 8 of them would be put in the game. This has been going up until current day. I think one of the bosses in 11 was even fan-made. But for 12, they have one. It's Suction Cup Man or whatever. So he has like a suction arm. So you don't even get to design the thing or like come up with anything cool. It's like, yeah, he has to look roughly like this, but like go to town. So it's cool that fans still have some say, but like nowhere near as much as we used to. Anywho's it, we're going back to Elecman stage, because we need to get one item in order to beat this game. One of those contest ideas was Wall Man, and he almost made it in. Puzzle Man was also a real submission. That's fun. Wall Man sounds like a fun idea. It's just a wall. I think I recall this design floating around. Sucks we gotta do this one again. This was one of my least favorite ones upon going through these again. Alright, back up we go. Da, 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 da. But still the second best song, at least of the stages, I think. Also, another fun thing from this game that like inspired someone is DJ Cutman. He made a lot of really good chiptune back in the day, and then because I used to follow his podcast where he'd like showcase like you know chiptune artists and like indie artists and so on. He had like a sequence where he'd do that every week, but he's more popularly known for. You know, all of his, like, Undertale remixes from back in the day. He did just about all of them. Not single-handedly. He more, like, was the channel that they were hosted on, but he did contribute quite a number of them. But yeah, he'd dress up as Cutman, and he had, like, this whole fit. It was cute. I think he's still working. I know one of the other things he did was the Big Bad Bosses thing. That the completionist made forever ago. Come on, I was able to do this flawlessly the first time. Just a little bit ago. I love this rewind. Come on. There we go, got it. Nailed that the first time when I made it through the stage, just a little bit ago. We're breezing now. I guess I just had to get my brain back in the groove of 2D platformers. Alright, back up we go. Especially now that I know the gimmicks with these things. Just a little bit easier. Alright, we're almost at the thing we came in for. There it is. This thing is required to beat the game. Got it. Now where were we? Oh yeah, getting to the end of this joint. Da -da 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 -da. Who'd have thought an NES game would take me an hour to get through? Like, there are NES games that are longer, of course, but like Megaman 1, I feel just a little ashamed of myself. There we go. I used to think that, like, I get worse at games as I age. Because, like, when I was younger, I remember having no issues with some games, and then now I'll pick up, like, those same games, and I'm just worse. It's not even rustiness, because you would think, you know, you finish a game once, like, you're going to have an easier time playing it the second time, no matter how much time has passed, because eventually your brain will just remember. That's not always the case. I don't actually believe in this, but it's a thought that crosses my mind on occasion. Da, 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 da. Someone also made a thing that looks fun. I know, I think, like Alpha Rad played it or something like that. There's a version of Mega Man 2 that's, like, multiplayer, and it looks really chaotic and stupid. Are we gonna have to fight him again, or is it just gonna end? We gotta fight him again? Why does he fucking respawn? That's crazy! Boy, what do we use against this guy? I think... What did we use? Guess we're about to find out. Not that. That's for sure. It's the magnet beam. We used Cutman. That's what we used. I remember now. I remember. There we go. Gee, one hit from that, huh? I really feel like going through the stage again, so I'm just gonna do what we can on the one sliver of health we've got. It's that time of year where it's cold. My lips, like, react to the cold, I guess? I don't know another way to phrase it. Like, some words I feel like I say with, like, a lisp. It's because my lips are cold. It's the only reason. I swear, I talk normally. There we go. That's what it's all about. Alright. Now on to the final set of stages. The Wily stages are where you kind of put all of your gathered knowledge together, and you... you go through like a gauntlet, basically. Dr. Wily. Do you even get to see the Wily Castle in this game? Oh, there are far more pleasant noises in this world. Show me the castle! Nope. Oh well. Oh, this song still goes hard. Hope everyone's having a good day. I've had a pretty good one. I napped for nearly an hour. I try to do that before stream, so my energy's up and I'm, like, you know, cool and excitable and like, yeah! So that was nice. And then I made pizzas for dinner, like homemade pizzas. Me and my husband got back into Atlas because there have been a lot of updates for that game. I'd love to scream. I'd love to stream that sometime. Maybe these I can freeze. Sure enough. Okay. Well, now I have to wait. Or do I? There we go. Wait, I still can't pass it. That sucks. Oh, wait, I see the gimmick. Okay, I get it. So I wait here. Then I do it. Understood. Anyway, trying to remember what I was on about. Oh yeah, Atlas. That's been fun. That game's received a lot of updates, so we were just playing that. They only recently made an update that makes it more compatible with the Steam Deck, so it's been more enjoyable to experience it there than it was prior. We had to, like, make our own layout for it. Oh, I see. I'm gonna run out of uses for Gutman's ability soon. I know we need the magnet beam, but I don't remember at what point we will need it. I guess we'll see. Because there will be an obstacle we won't be able to pass without it. That's like the only non-Robot Master ability we even have in this game. There we go. I bet Megaman Maker would also be fun sometime if people are into this sort of thing, but they'd want it to be just a little more curated. What do I do here? Is this where I need the magnet beam? I wonder. Oh, of course it ran out. There we go. That's cheap. There we go. Alright. Bingo. Is this it? This is probably the room. There we go. Progress! For those tuning into the VOD, this is probably a more chill stream, not gonna lie. I get a little unnecessarily locked in for Mega Man. Oh boy, is this it? Here he is. Yellow Devil time? Yeah, there he is. This is the most notorious fight from this game. It's the one thing people remember from Mega Man 1 for some reason is the Yellow Devil fight. It's the Yellow Devil fight, Cutman, and Elecman's broken ability, which we will demonstrate as such. I'll try it for like a sec, but like, as you can see, he has just one weak point there, being his eye, and it's really difficult to hit when he only gives you like a second to react. Which is why people came up with a cheese strat. So this is the cheese strat. Oops. So we blew it there. Gee, it shoots at light speed. So basically, as I mentioned, if you pause and unpause, the game reads the one frame you're unpaused as damage. But 2 frames don't pass to allow the ability to pass through the enemy. So they just die. This melts through almost anything in the game. But it's most especially effective here for the Yellow Devil fight. The Yellow Devil does make reappearances in the series, but this is probably the most iconic one. I remember this stage being bullshit. Let's see if it's still bullshit. Oh, of course. I was seeing if that would restore. It did not. We're surrounded. At least in the next game, the abilities are effective outside of just, you know, the robot masters or whatever stage gimmicks they're needed for. This is more annoying than it should be. There we go. Awesome. Now what? Okay, now we're at the refights. So, first things first, Cutman. Cutman is weak to... What is Cutman weak to? I guess the last ability we got, so Gutman's ability, probably. But since there's nothing in the room to throw... I don't know. I'll pull it up really quickly. Pretty sure it's Gutsman ability that he's weak to. Yeah, Cutman's weak to that, so we can't actually use that, but that's fine. We're just gonna standard buster him. As long as we avoid his regular cutter, we should be fine. His attacks are probably the easiest to avoid in this game, I say as I get hit. Easy. As I get hit one last time. There we go. Now what? Oh, okay, we fall through the floor. Understood. It's been a while since we saved. I should probably do that just in case. There we go. At some point in my streaming journey, I'm sure I will play through all of these games. Which is a sad thought. Because while I do love this franchise, not all of them are winners. Ice. I believe Iceman is what does them in. No, it does not, actually. Don't know what I'm on about. I guess we'll see. Fire? No, not that either. Process of elimination. Cutman? Yeah, Cutman. He's bodying us. I don't know how I'm gonna... Wow, that does so much damage. Electman's no joke. Gee. Don't even get a second to react. There we go. Ah, the come around. He stood right on top of it. What a hero. Alright, back down. Next up. That's probably why I remember this stage being bullshit, because you have to go through a platforming section in between the refights, which this is not the case in later games, to my memory. Aside from, like, the X series. I think, like, X7 does that to you. But woof. Kind of hard to conserve health between the refights when you're having to go through a platforming section in between. Alright. I have to go the slow route with this. Whoa! What are the odds? That's actually really good. Very convenient. Alright. Unfortunately, we might have to lose that going between these. There we go. And back down. They always go all out for the music for the Wily stages. Surely we're almost there. I missed the dash. I missed the slide. I don't have either of those here. It makes it far more difficult. Alright, who's next? Oh wait, this is the end, I think. What do we got? These? Oh yeah, Megaman clone! I wonder if we should Electman stun him. For giggles. We'll try it the traditional way, but we'll see if it's stupid. He only takes one tick. What a pain. I guess we'll see what he's weak to. He's got to be weak to something. My bet's Elecman's ability. That's because everything's weak to Elecman. Oh, wait, he does it too. Wait, no way. That's actually really impressive that they were able to do that. I'm not even memeing. It's like, dude can play that game, nerd. Demented that they want me to do this with 1 tick of health. I know that's on me, but, like, that's evil. I guess I could make it easier for myself depending on what ability I choose. Actually, this is pretty effective. If I can just avoid the attacks. I think I'll just take the explosion just to see where it puts us. Okay, that's not too bad. How much health do I have following that? I only have 1 life. So we'll see, we'll see. Back to it. Welcome to Persona 4. Wait, you're not me. How could you be me? It's every shadow in that game. Ah! Got hit immediately. Where is it? Get bent. Probably shouldn't waste... It's also really hard to tell who's who. Alright, I'm gonna Elecman cheese him. Just because I'm fed up with his noise. It's like, yeah, you can hit me, but can you pause the game? I don't think so. I love that we lost a viewer from watching me do the cheese. There we go. This should finish him. Basically, rip Bozo. Death by Elecman cheese. What a way to go. Woohoo! I like the background art. That's nice. It'll be fun to make a short out of the the silly pinup trim that was made. Just something I thought about. Alright. Now for the remaining refights. And then probably Wily Machine. I don't think there's a room I haven't been hit in. Whoa, wait, what? That's water. Well, that's a cute way to reuse that effect, I guess. Luckily, we're not running into the penguins. Oh, now there's bombs. Of course, of course. As I said, Mega Man 1, it has its charm. It's the start of the franchise, but it is my second least favorite in this series. Gutsman! What are you weak to? Let's try bomb, I think. Wait, what? I don't remember that. Does that do anything to him? No, it probably needs me to use Gutman. Or Gutsman. But I'm almost out of that one. So we have to be careful, I imagine. Well, now what? Guess I just deal with them normal style. It does nothing. So I'm a little worried about that. So we can't use Gutsman's ability anymore. I doubt fire will do anything. No. So how about cut? It's a bubble. Cutting a bubble. Makes sense to me. Alas, no. Process of elimination. Ice. No, not a thing. Damn. Running out of options here. Bomb. It's kind of like guts, if you think about it. Huh. Didn't think we'd be stumped here. I'm doing a think. While we're rewinding. Oh, that did it? Okay. So fast. There's nothing to do. I can't escape. I'm locked in only a little, because it's like, what am I expected to do here? I'm not even playing these games blind, is the funny part. And he just goes so fast. There's not a single place that I can hide or anything. Of course, I turned the wrong way. Nothing to do. I guess I'll just take the loss. This does not bode well. Wait, are we out of the Gutsman things to use now? Well, now it's even worse. So I guess I'll have to rewind. Shame we can't rewind faster. See if there's any strategy here. The bubbles. Oh, okay, so I kind of screwed myself is what I'm seeing. I needed to use... I didn't need to, but saving the Gutsman stuff until a little later would have been beneficial for me. So I'll do it this time around. I use the standard Buster, and then once I've got him about halfway, that's when I do it normally. He basically gets more aggressive, is my understanding. So after this one, I'll probably switch back to using Gutsman's ability. Alright, Gutsman for the save. One more. Whoa, light speed. As I said, more aggressive, so it's no wonder we died. Good thing I had that handy. I was only willing to use it in a worst case scenario, the guide I mean, but woof, that was tricky. Speaking of guides, that's another one Pan recommended me play, because people love watching me play horror games for some reason. I'm a scared little bitch. So I guess we were talking about horror games, and either Resident Evil 7... because I've never actually finished that one. I've played through all of the games, but 7's just a little much for me, because it's first person, you're in like a house, it's scary again, so on and so forth. And, you know, light puzzle solving. So, either that, or Silent Hill 3. There's the remaining refights, I think. We're almost at the end. What's sad is our efforts are not going to be rewarded. Like, we're gonna go through all this, and then I have to show you guys the ending, and the ending's really not much to write home about in this entry. But at least this is the last level, to my knowledge. Now what? Evil. There's not even a rail here. Oh, wait, now there is for some reason. Guess I had to get closer for it to spawn. Hope we won't need the magnet beam anymore, as we're kind of screwed there. I think we do need it, actually. We need it right there. So hopefully after this, we won't need it anymore. We're kind of boned. There we go. Here's hoping. That thing down there would completely restore everything, but then we'd die. So I guess I shouldn't use that. There's no way back up. We'd be screwed. Alright, Bomb Man. Bomb Man, I think... Ice? Let's try it. No. Probably fire. Yeah, as we did him last, I think. So let's take less damage starting out. Oh, with this, he's making it kind of easy for us. Awesome. Next stop. I think we only have 3 left. Making it a little easy on us. Fire! That one's easy enough. Ice. Hoping we won't have to do the Wily machine with only that much health, but we'll see. I think it was a Lekman's weapon. Yep, that's the one. Lekman G's! Rip Bozo. Alright. Gutsman. Don't actually remember. Maybe it was Bomb. Yeah, I'm fairly certain it was Bomb. There we go. Okay, that was dicey, but we're through. Hopefully we'll find some sort of drop. Or we get to the Wily machine and die. I guess that's another way. Alright, we only have 1 restore. What are we going to use that on? Okay, we have a Lekman's ability, but I think fire is what we're supposed to restore for this. Awesome. Hello, Wily Machine. This is our final boss. With 1 tick of health left. Of course, of course. Alright. Maybe we'll die here just to see where that puts us. Hopefully at the beginning and at the very beginning. Ah, good soup. For the hell of it, let's restore Elect Beam. Alright, here comes Big Pimpin'. Wow, this does melt him. Alright, Wily Machine 2. Guess how we take this phase out. He's weak to Lekman's ability. But more specifically, he's weak to cheese. What a guy. Eat dick, Wily. Look at him go down. My hero. Alright, we'll save the final hit for realsies. Oh, we did it. I guess I never got the trophy in this game. When I played this series, I did do it on the Switch. Yeah! That's what Wily does at the end of every game. He, like, gets down and begs for mercy. And he's like, please don't kill me! And that's Mega Man 1 in the books. Do I recommend this one? No. I don't recommend this one at all. But there's the iconic, song. Mega Man has ended the evil domination of Dr. Wily and restored the world to peace. Da, ba, ba. However, the never-ending battle continues until all destructive forces are defeated. Very non-specific. You mean like all war? Fight, Mega Man, for everlasting peace. That's what this was all about. Peace. At least from my understanding, Mega Man's lemons can't harm people. I think they're just meant to, like, hurt the robots. Like, they're made of, like, condensed electricity or something or other. I do like this ending sequence. We get to see the seasons pass, and, Mega Man takes off the armor, and now he's back to being Rock, just a normal cleaning robot. That's kind of the lore, is Mega Man's just like, he's a robot, a cleaning robot, like Roll. And it's like, oh, Dr. Wily's being evil. And Mega Man, it's described, he has, like, a strong sense of justice, was like, let me go after him, like, let me stop him, I'll do whatever. And then, Dr. Wily suits him up, or Dr. Light, rather, to stop Wily. And then he does the thing. But between games, he's just Rock. He's just like, a cleaning robot, and I think it's sweet. Yeah, the little jump at the end. Woo! Presented by Capcom. Which is why it bothers me that Roll in 11 is like, welcome back, Mega. It's like, your name is not Mega, your name is Rock. I know your name. In fact, in Japan, his name is Rockman, but they didn't call him that over here because it was at, like, the height of, like, cocaine being, like, a problem. So they didn't want people to mistake him as, like, Cocaine Man or something. Allegedly, that's what I heard. It just puts us here. That's where the game ends. We did it. So now that that's over, I was going to jump to Mega Man 2, but for funsies, I think we'll actually jump to my favorite game of the franchise. Because we don't have a ton left on this stream. I think I'll stop this around the 2-hour mark. But it's been a gay old time to showcase this. So we're in Legacy Collection 2 now. This is where the other games are. We're going to play Mega Man 7. This one's my favorite. Yeah, that's fine. This is all fine. Oh boy. This game was released on the SNES. I think, like, right before X came out. So almost no one cared about this game when it released. Can't this thing go any faster, Otto? The city is under attack! So yeah, Wily's broken out of prison. I'll try and punch it up a notch. Hold on, Roll. I can't believe Wily is loose again. Won't this madman ever stop? This song's so fucking awesome! He won't be for long. Once Dr. Light gives Rush and me our new enhancements, Wily's history. So I gotta fucking kill him this time. Whoa, end of the line. Road's too unstable to keep going. This is Otto. This is their, like, repair guy, basically. Mega Man, take this helmet with you. We do goofy antics in this game. But only at, like, the very beginning. It's not drawn out. Like, this cutscene's annoying when you're, like, replaying the game, but, like, it's charming. I like it a lot. I guess not. Personally, I kind of like the other one. Now we're in it. Woo! Not to mention, I feel like this is the game where they, like, really nailed Inafune's art style. Good luck, Mega Man. And, like, we're able to translate it really well. I feel like 8 gets a little too cartoony with it. Dr. Light! Doctor, are you okay? I'll bring back Roll to take care of you. You don't have to bring her back. She's right behind you. No, Mega Man. We have no time. Wily is using the attack. of his robots to cover his escape. Look! Wow, it just so happens that he's here. Crazy. So yeah, Dr. Wily broke out of prison by staging like a Robot Master attack because he had a bunch of Robot Masters prepared in the event that he was ever captured and imprisoned. Because it's not until Mega Man 6 that Rock actually puts this guy behind bars, and I think that's really funny. But he had a failsafe for that, so those are the initial 4 Robot Masters in this game. You've got to go now, Mega Man. Get Rush and follow Wily's spaceship. I guess it is a spaceship. I didn't really think about that. It's just kind of like a vehicle. Whoa, the controls are kind of whack in this one. All right. Reminding myself. Triangle is jump and X is the... Okay. It's just because I was pressing down on the D-pad. You have the slide in this game. This game has everything. It's kind of great. And the Metals are here. Like, it's a big pimpin'. This game's awesome. I realize with the slide, this is going to be a little harder for me to do because my right D-pad's kind of busted. But we ball. We'll figure it out. But yeah, the music's a 10. It's all good. I adore this game. I keep thinking we have the rewind when we don't. What the hell? Okay, see? That's what I mean, where, like, I have to use the D-pad. I gotta find a way. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be sliding all over the joint. I'm glad I didn't play this game first like I initially wanted to. I guess I could have... Nah, not with this. I would have had to emulate it. So I was like, I do have SNES controllers that I could use for this. But it wouldn't work with a Legacy collection, of course. I bet it would for the Switch version if I used, like, the classic controller for that and, like, reconfigured the buttons. But no one cares to see me go through all that. It's Bass! It's meant to be, like, a rival for Mega Man outside of Proto Man. This is Wily's own creation. There we go. You are as good as they say, Mega Man. His name's Bass. In Mega Man 8, they call him Bass, and it cracks me up to hell and back. Because, you know, rock and roll, like, that's obviously a pun. So we have Bass, and his dog there is named Treble. Also, Mega Man's dog, his name is Rush, probably after, like, the band. You better tell me who you are. I'm Bass, and he's Treble. We have been trying to stop Dr. Wily while you were gone. Gone doing what? Mega Man has not been gone. I see now that you don't need help or something like that. I wasn't actually able to read that. ... Bass? Also, hate to say it, there's only 2 scientists in this... Well, I guess there's Dr. Cossack. But, like, there's only 2 scientists in this world, regionally, who would be able to design something like that. And obviously, Dr. Light had nothing to do with that. You could just ask the guy. Oh, it's embarrassing. I've had the hiccups on and off all stream, and it's so frustrating. He pulled us into his Pinar. Welcome to Big Eddie's. I'm Otto, Dr. Light's #1 student. Unfortunately, I've lost one of my bolts, so I have a couple of screws loose. If you find my hyper bolt, I would appreciate it if you would bring it back here. Anyway, I'll try my hardest. I'll make items out of any other bolts you may find. Select the item you want to make. Actually, how about we not? And say we did. Okay, awesome. We're gonna start with Cloud Man. Cloud Man! So good. It's like the Robot Master intro is always iconic. I guess I'll do my outro thing after this stage is over. We'll call it there. There we go. Damn, already? That sucks. I'm normally better at this game, trust. There we go. There we go. I'm dealing with my D-pad, which is very touchy. Damn. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Come on, guys. Maybe I'll do Junkman just to show something else off. We'll see. We'll just do that. We'll take the L. Junkman! Alright, and then later in this game, Dr. Wily breaks a bunch of robots out of the robot museum. Because there's a robot museum, of course, there has to be. And that's where the other 4 robot masters come from. So only four robot masters in this game have Dr. Light numbers. I hate the amount of times I've had to say robot master. That's what they're called. I guess it makes sense because they're robots, but they're in control of other robots who help fulfill their task. And Dr. Wily just made those evil as well. Come on, that was one tick. Anyway. I'm used to this almost exclusively on the SNES controller. I don't own it on original hardware, but I have an SNES Classic that I put the game on. And that's my favorite way to play this particular entry. Oh yeah, normally I just ride that up because I have Cloudman's ability. So you're supposed to come to this stage second, typically. There we go. I'm harnessing everything I have mentally to be able to get through this level. Come on, guys. Be nice to me. There we go. Da-na-na-na. Man, I normally use this to carry me over the gaps. Of course. If you don't use the very tippy edge of it, you're just gonna die. Oh well, I'll probably return to this game one day on stream with a better controller, and we'll see how it is there. Wow, we have to start the whole thing over. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, it's got my favorite music, my favorite visuals, my favorite level design, because everything in this game is reactive, kind of like Mega Man X, how, like, you know, if you defeat a Maverick there, it will affect the layout of, like, the next level. Like, you defeat Storm Eagle, and then that crashes into the Flame Mammoth's place, and so on. It's like that. This game kind of pioneered that concept and, like, tested that out. And I like that a lot about it. This game also has a lot of collectibles, surprisingly. Like, you can get Beat, who's a character from, I think, Mega Man 5. And you can get fucking Proto Man's, like, shield. It's so metal. It's so cool. Proto Man just kind of shows up in this game. He's kind of, like, hidden around. And if you fight him at every opportunity that you're able to, you get his shield, which sucks as a weapon, but it's cool. I don't even know what that was about. That's okay. I think we'll call it here. All right. I'll say bye. Unfortunately, next stream will be a lot more fun. We'll be doing the classic Sonic showcase, and I'll hopefully be a lot more locked in for that. I hope. I pray on my hands and knees. But yeah. I'm Trim the Rasky. You can find me on YouTube, Blue Sky, and Instagram under the same handle. For VODs, those are uploaded to the YouTube channel along with shorts. Those are uploaded to the Instagram and the YouTube channel primarily until Blue Sky increases its upload size limit. And yeah, that's it from me. I should be returning in about 2 days to do the Classic Sonic Showcase, and then after that, I have our next like long series planned, and that'll be really fun. I think I'm looking forward to it a lot. I'll spoil it closer when the time comes, but until then, unless something spontaneously drags me into playing something as a one-off like this again, I will see you all then. Goodbye. Goodbye.